Hello everyone, Malphite here, and today we are going to take a look at the new BDS roster for the 2025 LEC Summer Split, starting with support. So no change here, we have Parus. So this guy, actually, I'm really glad that BDS kept their support. Personally, although he was very hyped coming into the league last year, he showed not that great of a performance, but he also wasn't necessarily lacking, despite BDS exiting playoffs very early and the whole team kind of underperforming. I'm glad that Parus is staying, as I still believe this guy should get at least one more split in the LEC to show what he's made of. He's still relatively young and still has a lot to show and a lot to prove in the LEC, and I would really hope that he gets the option to do so, especially when he is playing alongside such a great AD carry as Ice. Ice, obviously, a very, very crazy player in my opinion, given that so many players from the LEC and also other co-streamers such as Yamato Cannon and so on, you know, hold this guy in a very high regard. Many people thought about putting him into top 3 AD carries of the split. However, he obviously, as BDS, exited the playoffs quite early, did not really get to show a lot there. But I think Ice is very talented, and I think definitely top 5 AD carries in LEC. I mean, there's Hansama, there's Upset, there's Calist, Supa, and then you would have Ice, right? And so if BDS tries to fight these top 4 teams in the LEC, then you need a very strong AD carry, and I think Ice is definitely there. And if he's popping off, he's better than so many of these AD carries. And so this is one of the best, if not the best, AD carry in the league, you know, possibly on a really good team. And personally, I would really like to see him paired with Jun, but we already know, since I started with support, that we are going to see the Ice Parus pair. But I would really like to see this guy paired with Jun, because I believe Ice Jun would actually be so sick, because I think Jun is very similar in that sense that he's very strong mechanically, and he's kind of carrying his team. I think GX, Jun is the best player on that team. Similarly with BDS, I think Ice is the best player on that team. And in the future, I would really like to see them on the same bot lane in the LEC, because I think these guys would do really well together. So best of luck to Ice on BDS. I really would like him to at least fight for the top spot. And potentially, you know, maybe even make a crack and go into Worlds, you know. Other than that, we have another, you know, familiar face in the mid lane, and that is Nuke. Now, Nuke, I remember when he first entered LEC with Schalke. I think this was also, I'm not quite sure, but I think this is also, he entered with Broken Blade. Let me see. Back in the day, he was named Nuclear Int, yes, and they had BB in the top lane, Kira in the jungle, who now is a coach for Gentlemates, and then Neon, who just retired but was playing in the EMEA Masters for Misa Esports, and Limit, who was also playing in the EMEA Masters as their support for Big. So very, very cool roster from the 2021, right? And then he joined BDS, and since then became their staple mid laner. A lot has changed. He is staying, and he'll probably stay even for longer because he is the face of the brand. So we can even see it here, 2021, it's 2025. This guy, if he completes Summer Split, he's going to be playing with BDS for 4 years. And aside from, you know, the top mid laners in the league, aside from Caps, aside from Humanoid, Vladi, and who is it? Yeah, Jojo, right? Jojo came from America, obviously, and won a split in the LEC, so props to him for that. I would say Nuke is the 5th best mid laner in the league. So again, just like Ice, very, very big potential in this guy. Already a veteran. I still have him in my head as a rookie for some reason. But or like as a newer player. But I think along with Ice, and if Parus steps it up, this is a very, very solid mid lane and bot lane combo. So obviously we already knew this, right? But let's go finally look at the players that are changing. So we know last time we had 113 in the jungle, and this time we are actually gonna get Bukata. On the Wikipedia still listed as SK Gaming, but we know that the craziest thing happened, and that is that BDS paid SK Gaming 200,000 euros or close to 200,000 euros as a buyout for Bukata, which is absolutely unprecedented, especially for a player who did not really show much. Maybe was pretty good in the ERLs, but in terms of the LEC stage, at least, I mean, Bukata did not really surprise me at all. So I would really like to see him pop off, especially next split. Seems like BDS have some crazy plans with this guy, because they even rejected Jankos, or like picked Bukata over Jankos, although I believe Jankos could have brought more for the team overall. But you know, Bukata, I want to see what everyone sees in this guy, because seems like people want to play with him and teams really want him. So I would hope that in the environment that's good for him, he would pop off. So yeah, obviously before playing in the ERLs, in the French league, and now coming into the SK, coming from SK Gaming, only there for one split. And he only had one more split on his contract, so he was only contracted for a short stay, had a bit of a mercenary contract from SK, and that's the best deal that SK ever got, because BDS actually decided to pay them $200,000 or euros for it. Now finally, and this one strikes me as very, very surprising, is that in the top lane, we have Rooster. Still in the Wikipedia, obviously, since the roster changes haven't been made public yet and haven't been locked, he's still listed as part of the HLE Challengers in the LCK. Has been playing for the team for quite some time now. Still 20 years old, so you know, these guys really go in and join the whole rat race very, very early. Previously known as Sutak, this guy will be replacing Irrelevant on the BDS roster, and this is crazy to me. I mean, last year Irrelevant had such a crazy run that he became the hottest prospect of the whole offseason. Every single team was interested, apart from teams like G2 who had locked their top lane, right? But every single team was interested in this guy, and BDS actually somehow ended up getting him. Like, BDS was a team that said, hey, we can get you, we can probably get you a really good salary, we can get get you a good roster and so on. And now, only after two splits, Irrelevant is leaving. So far, there's no news about him finding a spot in the league, but there are still some top lane options open, although not that many. I think right now the Heretics are the only team who didn't. The Heretics and Fnatic actually, so it might be Fnatic, but that's for another video. But yeah, we're getting Rooster. And so Rooster's been doing pretty well in the Korean Challengers, the Korean Academy League, and he's been doing he's been very solid player. So someone you just get to the top lane, and then he will do his job. And I would kind of, maybe draw a comparison to Kana, although Kana is more of a beast in the LEC lately. But I think Rooster can develop to be a similar type of a player. And then we also know SK is getting Dindin, which is another LCK veteran. So I think we're starting to get these like Korean top laners in the league, because the top lane role is not that strong in the LEC currently, and therefore, it's just a very quick and easy fix to bring in someone for like a split and see how the team will do. And personally, I don't blame them. Irrelevant wasn't looking too hot, and if BDS wants to try and make a run, wants to try and get a place in Worlds, then this is their only way. Now, based on how EU will do at MSI, there's a very, very slight chance that they might unlock another spot in Worlds. I don't think this is going to happen. I think this is quite unlikely. So LEC most likely going to have 3 Worlds spots, and with teams like KC, MKOI, G2, and Fnatic. Already 4 teams fighting for most likely what is going to be 3 spots. It's going to be extremely hard to get it, but if you can be that 5th best team in the league, which is something the BDS is currently aiming to do, and the roster looks pretty promising, then, you know, why would it be impossible to maybe, you know, win that one series that could get you there, win those 2 series. So that's it. This is the final roster. We can see it on the Sheep Esports /transfers website. We can see Parus, Ice, and Nuke are staying in the team, and we have Bukada over 113 and Rooster over Irrelevant. Now, both of these changes, in my opinion, are upgrades. 113 shouldn't have been in the LEC in the first place. He's been there already twice. He sometimes has like standout performances in the ERLs, but in the LEC it's just not good enough. And as for the top lane, just getting a talented LCK or LCK Academy player has kind of been working out for many of these teams. I mean, just look at Noah and June, look at Ice, look at Kana, although he wasn't from Academy, but still, these are just really strong players. And so I think Rooster will just do his job on the team, and we are going to see very exciting summer 2025 season for the LEC. That's about it. Let me know in the comments, what do you think about this team? Let me know what you think about these players. Do you like these changes? Would you like to see a different team? And if you have any other questions regarding the offseason or the LEC or the league in general, just let me know in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.